Welcome to my soul tribe. My name is Miriam Rose. If you like this video, please make sure to subscribe, set your bell on all, like, comment and share, as I really appreciate all of your support. Now let's get on with the video. Welcome, dear ones. During these times of change and new beginnings, remember that all is proceeding according to the divine plan. High frequency energy is omnipresent because it is in and of divine consciousness, but the majority has not been at levels of consciousness able to align with them. Because there is only one, and because there are now increasingly more highly evolved states of consciousness on Earth, more and more people are starting to access light energies that have always been present but mostly unknown, allowing them to be experienced and integrated by more individuals, which in turn is enlightening collective consciousness. Everyone is beginning to experience these higher frequencies and translate them according to their state of consciousness. For some, it may be fear and confusion, but for others, it means shifting to new levels of awareness that allow them for the first time to recognize that many commonly accepted world beliefs really represent power over under the heading of what is in the best interest of others. Many concepts of right and wrong are dissolving and will continue to dissolve as individuals evolve beyond the need for others to tell them what to do and begin trusting and living from their intuition. Many concepts for right living will simply fade away without the energy of belief to maintain and sustain them, as increasingly more individuals awaken to the fact that much of what they have been taught by parents, teachers, priests, rabbis, and ministers is simply not true. The world will change. Evolving into a consciousness of personal spiritual empowerment is frequently preceded by the full or partial collapse of a person's three-dimensional foundation. The fear and chaos that results from the breaking down of a person's firmly established and never questioned three-dimensional foundation is often the only way those who are spiritually ready for more can evolve to their next level. In spiritual circles, this is known as a wake-up call. Everyone innately desires peace, comfort, and security, and seeks these things according to their state of consciousness. Most are, as of yet, unaware that these are God qualities and therefore can only flow from within to the without if they are to be permanent. The three-dimensional state of consciousness seeks these things in the outer, attempting to build themselves as a perfect life from concepts of duality, separation, and two powers. When one's perfect life collapses, the result is shock, confusion, and frantic attempts to restore everything back the way it was, even if what it was no longer resonates and the person was miserable. There is emotional pain, fear, and confusion because personal foundations are built from what is believed to be true and necessary for happiness and a personal sense of security and confidence. If the person continues attempting to recreating the past, the process may take a while, but at some point every individual tires of the struggle, begins to move beyond the past and opens to new ways of looking at the situation. At first, it may simply consist of opening to intuition and allowing it to guide them to three-dimensional sources of help. Most then begin to question the situation and the beliefs about it, gaining a deeper awareness of themselves, past choices, what they really want or don't want, and the recognition of beliefs that have held them in bondage. Empowerment is a spiritual quality, a state of consciousness. The process of attaining this state of consciousness is initiated by the higher self and may simply unfold naturally, but because most resist change, wake-up calls are often necessary. Empowerment is a consciousness of truth about self and all life, which in turn manifests as living that awareness while expressing it in practical ways. It is the ability to lovingly but firmly state, enough is enough, or thank you for your opinion, but I am choosing to do this, regardless of who these words are being spoken to. Empowerment is women integrating and living in balance with their masculine aspect, and men integrating and feeling comfortable expressing their feminine with mutual love and respect for both. Most of you you have already done this work. In the presence of physical, emotional, mental, or spiritual distress, always remember God is. If God alone is, it must be omnipresent. Where does omnipresence leave fear? What does it say about who I and all other life forms are? If God alone is, where is the need for petitionary prayer or rites and rituals meant to bring one closer to God? If God alone is, where does this leave belief of passing, lack and limitation, separation, suffering? Do I really believe that God alone is? Because human beings are in reality expressions of God. They are like God, creative, a collective consciousness of ignorance, and the rejection of oneness manifests in and as infinite forms of duality and separation. Yes, situations created out of beliefs of duality, separation, and two powers seem very real on earth, and those involved and must deal with them in accord with their state of consciousness. But you are awake, are on earth, not to get caught up in the illusions of sense, but to add the light of your evolved state of consciousness to their collective. Increasing more dark information and actions are going to be exposed, but your job is not to fix things on a three-dimensional level, but rather to always have a part of your awareness in alignment with the truth that God alone is. What does this mean? It means remembering that aches, pains, and distress, as well as diseases, have no spiritual law to support them. It means that an empty wallet or lack has no spiritual reality. It means that every worldwide situation of good versus bad or us versus them has no real divine law to support, sustain, or maintain it, because God alone is. Once a person realizes that 2 times 2 is 4 and not 5, where does the 5 go? It only existed in thought. This is how truth works. You wake up and begin to live from truth rather than the false, no longer accepting 2 times 2 as 5. There is a statement made by Jesus that is often quoted incorrectly, which is, "And you will know the truth, and the truth will set you free." John, the "you will know the truth" part is often left out, which is the most important part of the whole statement. You must know, live, be, trust, and allow truth to grow and strengthen before it can evolve into a state of consciousness that can and will then manifest outwardly. You are the light illuminating pathways for those coming along behind you, even if you never say a word. The light of even one evolved consciousness constitutes a majority automatically, because there is only one. God alone is. We are the Arcturian Group. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. With absolute gratitude, love and light, cosmic kisses to everyone. Till next time, bye for now.